that hospitalized, right?
Yeah, my son was hospitalized. He had fever
Oh,
Thursday, and it's a good thing that it's your holiday, right? So we don't have any class. So when he had fever, all of a sudden in the evening, he had seizure. Do you
oh,
know that word, seizure? So
yeah.
it was the first time he had seizures. So um, me and my husband were actually panicking during that time. But of course, it was my husband who is really the most who really panicked a lot during that time.
Okay, so you both of you stay in the
Yes,
hospital
we
with
stayed there
your son.
for 3 days.
Oh, wow. So the doctor give him some medicine or need to injection
At
some
first, we were
something.
advised to have there is a procedure that they need to do on my son. They need to extract water from his
Mhm.
spinal column. And
Oh, okay.
for me as a mother, it's like it's my son is very young to undergo that procedure. So I me
Mhm.
and my husband can't. I mean me, especially me, I can't decide. I don't want to do that procedure because he's too young. The reason why they need to do that procedure, it is because they want to know what is the reason or the cause why he had seizure, because seizure is actually connected to the brain.
Oh.
So, but then when the physician or his doctor um, tried to
Mhm.
examine him and try to monitor if he will had a high fever again. So they he was under 24 hours round the clock taking medicine for his fever. And
Yeah.
the good news there is that the doctor told me that since it was his first time, and I think it's an isolated case, and the result of his blood
Mhm.
test, his urinalysis were excellent. It's good. There's no any issue at all. So from there, the doctor already decided not to do the procedure. So if in the event that it might happen again, maybe that's the time already they're gonna do that procedure. So
Okay, right now, so
yeah,
it sounds
he's
great.
actually doing
It's
great, and I need to
mm,
to be more extra careful with him since he's a bit sensitive
mhm.
and delicate. So my husband actually,
Okay.
when during that time, he was so worried, and when my son,
Worried,
yeah, he's very
nervous or
nervous,
panic.
and it happened at around 8 p.m. in the evening, and we don't have any cars, so the only way who could help us is through our neighbor. And the closest neighbor that we have, that's actually my father's aunt. So she's somewhat like my grandmother. During that time, they're not there.
Mhm.
So we have to ask another help with the next neighbor. And fortunately, they were very kind and helped us to bring my son to the hospital, to the nearest hospital. The only thing that my husband actually told me that he said that we lost our son because what he
Why? Why? Why did
because
he say
he
that?
passed out, and he thought that
Uh,
he's no longer breathing, and
where did I mean where did your son pass out?
Well,
Where?
my husband actually carried him out our house, and they were running outside looking for help. And
Uh-huh.
me and my daughter, it's like I need to, get the things that we need first, and then we have to follow them, or even try to keep safe the house before going out. Of course, that's in the evening. What if bad guys might, you know, because we experienced that
Mhm.
before when my daughter was the one who hospitalized before someone actually entered our apartment and took, yeah,
Breaking your
they
house?
they ransacked our house, took
Oh.
everything. They took our flat TV, our our wedding ring, our couple watch. Those are actually gifts.
So what's what you can do for to protect the thief? I mean, just lock your
Yeah,
door
we
or
have to,
something.
lock the door, make sure that everything is locked. But even though it's locked, just like I've said,
Uh-huh.
when we were renting an apartment in the city, even though my husband put a padlock into the door, still they tried to, open the door. So
Yeah, or maybe just broke break your window. So if they want to take away your thing or your money, they can do whatever
yeah,
they
it's a
can.
possibility if that is really their intention, definitely they could do that. So
Yeah, yeah,
so there.
yep.
But right now he's bubbly. He is he has a lot of energy. He wants to play a lot with her sister. So
Okay. So do you still need to take some medicine
and
or
no, when we were discharged from the hospital, since he doesn't have any fever
Mhm.
already, so the doctor did not prescribe any medicine. So he's not taking any medicine after being hospitalized. So right now they're just taking vitamins, to make sure that they're protected from
Uh-huh.
any sort of
Uh-huh.
um, virus or sicknesses, such as cold, those common sickness, colds, fever. I mean cough, I should say. So there. Um,
Okay. So great
yeah.
to hear that because because you just told me that you go to hospital. I just feel a little
Yes,
nervous
of
about that.
course.
What happened for you and
So. Mhm.
yeah. So
So that was a week that I took a leave, and well, after
mhm.
um my son being discharged from the hospital, 2 days after, I was the one who got sick. Maybe because I'm very tired, and so
Yeah,
I need to take
yeah,
another
maybe.
week rest. So it's just this week that I started teaching again and working.
Oh wow! So both of us start the class together because last week, as I said, or I went to
Oh
go
yeah.
back went back to the
What
army
happened?
for weeks. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I can share
Okay.
two things with you. The first thing is I finished the concert about of Ed
I'm
Sheeran.
sorry.
Did I mention that?
Concert?
Ed Sheeran.
Oh, Ed
Ed
Sheeran.
Sheeran, the
Okay.
singer. Yeah, yeah. He came to Taiwan. Came
Mhm.
to Taiwan 2 weeks ago. I went there,
Okay.
and that's amazing. I feel like everyone
Uh
can
huh.
sing
Mhm.
his song together. But unfortunately, that's a mm, rainy day, so maybe some of you need to put on raincoats yeah. So I think that's the only bad thing for us, but the concert is amazing. And after that, I just went back to the army because in Taiwan, every male, if you 18 years old, you need to stay in the
Mm-hmm.
army for 1 year. And after that, in 8 years, they will randomly pick out some people, go back to army 4 times
Mm-hmm.
in 8 years. And the time, I mean, you need to, when they pick up you to go back to army for training, you need to stay in the army
Mm-hmm.
for 1 week. Yeah, so it's my second time because 2 years ago I went back there, and now it's
Seriously.
my second time. And yeah, 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 yeah. So I didn't know if I gonna there third or fourth. Yeah, so it's second, but I think that's okay because the government will pay us
Uh-huh.
the money. Yeah, so just like a double pay,
Oh,
you
okay.
know, the
Mm-hmm.
government and our company, they both of them need to pay me the money. And so I just feel like I have a 7 day holiday to stay in the army. And also, it's interesting because I can practice what's the term? Target practice or shooting.
Shooting practice,
Did you know
right?
that? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shooting practice. And I need to practice pistol
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
rifle, two kinds of yeah weapon, and I can shoot 10, oh no, 15 bullet or pistol and 21 bullet
Yeah.
for rifle. It's interesting because in Taiwan, it's illegal for everyone to have
Right, right.
weapons like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't have any chance to shoot practice. So I think it's very good experience for me because I went back to army and experienced the shoot practice, and the government need to pay for that and also pay me the money to
Mm-hmm.
ask me
Okay.
to go back to army. Yeah. So and also and we saw and watch it some movie there because it's so
Mm-hmm.
it's boring inside. So sometimes they will uh, let
Mm-hmm.
us watch some movie, but the movie is related to army or maybe war, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we watch some movie, and we took the bus together to out of the army territory because if there in the future if there war maybe some other country we are fight with other country, yeah, and the other country
Mm-hmm.
the army try to break in, and we need to go back to some place because every if there war I
Yeah.
become a soldier legally, become soldier, I need to go back to specific place to defend. So yeah, so one day we took the bus to visit, or I don't know, to hang out there to see. Oh, we need to defend here. So where should I defend? Or if the enemy come from some place, I need to okay do something. Yeah. So one day we went out.
So
Yeah. And
So they
yeah,
really do that to strengthen the military forces of Taiwan. Is that right? I
sorry
mean,
again, I
you
didn't.
after 2 years, or you said after 8 years, they
Yeah,
will pick random um, male to undergo the training again. So this is one way for the government of Taiwan to strengthen the military forces. Okay.
yeah, exactly. And accurately, I mean, you need to stay in army
Mm-hmm.
for military for 1 year. Everyone, if you 18 years old, you need to stay there for 1 year. And after that, just like you graduate from the military, and after that, in 8 years, they
Mm-hmm.
will pick up you 4 times for
So
another
where's your
training.
training camp?
For training, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Where
village
is it
training camp.
located?
Yeah. Where? I think the first and second time is the same. I went back to Linkou next
Oh,
to
okay.
Taipei. Yeah, and that the territory is also mine. I mean, I stay in military for 1 year, right? And it's the same place for my first and second time go back training. The place I go back went back. I so I stay in the same place,
Okay.
same military.
So it's just like in Korea, right? Because in Korea, whenever the famous actor, um,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in Taiwan, we need to spend 1 year, and right now the young people maybe they only need to stay there for 4 months.
mhm.
Yeah, 4 months. But in Korea, as I know, they need to spend 2 years
I'm not sure if
in the
it's two
military.
years. Well, I think, yeah. So it's like, whenever the famous Korean actor is, on the peak of their career, then all of a sudden they'll be out. They won't make any, yeah, they will just
Yeah, disappear.
disappear. And then
Yeah,
knowing, once you heard the news that they enter the military. So,
yeah, yeah. That's like there's a band, big band. Did you know that a group, a Korea group, 5 people group, big band, and four of the 5 people just go back to military. So there's like only
okay.
one people outside, one person outside. Yeah.
So, is that a TV series or just a group in Korea? Yeah, the Big Bang.
TV series. Big Bang. No, Big Bang. I mean the group. They
Is
are
that,
singer.
are they
Five
Korean?
people.
Oh, I'm not,
Korean. Yeah.
I don't know.
Because there's another TV series called
Yeah,
Big
the
Bang
Big Bang Theory.
Theory,
It's
but that's
right.
an
So I
American
thought you were
TV series. Yeah.
okay.
That's not the same thing. Yeah, that's not what I mean. I mean
Okay.
the Big Bang.
All right. So, would you say that? I'm sorry. Go
But
ahead.
yeah, yep.
Okay. So,
No,
would you say
okay,
that
yes.
um, since you were chosen to go back to the military, is that a good thing for you
Yep.
or is it a bad thing for you?
How to say? I think it depends on what you think about if you there gonna be a fighting or there's gonna be a war to
Mhm.
fight with other country, did you want to go back to be a soldier? Yeah. So if I want to go back to be a soldier
Mhm.
to dedicate for my country, I think it's I would say
Mhm.
it's useful for me to do some training because I need to I need to know I must need to know
Mhm.
how to use the
Mhm.
gun, how to use the rifle if I want to shoot the enemy. So, but if you don't want to fight with each other, you are how to say you are you're so afraid of dying. I think maybe if there a war, you're gonna just fly away to other country. I think the people just feel like it's
Mhm.
where it wastes his time. Yeah, to pick him up to yeah go back. So I think it depends on
So how about you? I'm actually
how you
asking you.
feel
So is
like
it a good?
you there.
Yeah.
Okay, about me, I think it's okay. I
Mhm.
still think I waste some time there. You know, yeah, because they will teach you something. You need to take some lesson, but a lot of things they just let you oh, take a rest, but you can
Mhm.
hang out outside. You just need to sit down and talk and have a chat with other people. Yeah, because they just teach a little lesson. The government
Mhm.
can't ask you to do a lot of training, you know, because they are afraid you get hurt. Yeah, so yeah, so they just teach you some lesson. If there's
Mhm.
an earthquake or maybe a fire accident, how should you do to fix it or to yeah, and if they're gonna and some, like shoot practice and also yeah, I think that's it. So I have a lot of like free time inside, so we just have a lot of chat, a lot of talk to other people, and sometimes we just uh, write something on the paper for ball game. to We just play ball game by ourselves because we can't bring any kinds of ball game
Mhm.
inside the military, so we use the paper
Mhm.
to yeah to make the board game by ourselves. Yeah, and and also because in the military we can't
Wow.
use cell
No.
phone. Did you know that? Yeah, because they are afraid that you just take the picture for some classified or
Mhm.
secret document or weapon. Yeah, so
Mhm.
it's illegal for everyone to use cell phone inside. But right now, because we just for like a
Ah.
training camp, 1 week training camp, so they will
Mhm.
how to say they will take away your cell phone. Then after lunch and dinner and before you go to bed, there may be 1 hour
Okay.
for everyone to use your cell phone. Yeah, but you need to stay in the specific
Okay.
place to
Or.
use it. Yeah.
Mhm.
But some people, although that's the rule, some people just how to say hide the cell phone
Oh, okay.
and give away another one. Yeah. So so some people just
Mhm.
we after the rest time we'll hide in the dorms and then uh, use our cell phone and hope no
Hmm.
other people gonna
So where
find
did
out
they
find out that.
hide the other cell phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. How?
You mean
Yeah.
we hide us? How did we hide? Okay. We, actually, we just
Mm-hmm.
hide the cell phone in your bag because they
Mm, okay.
can't to touch your bag. Yeah, and they only uh, uh how to say they only find or
Mm-hmm.
search your cell phone at the
Mm-hmm.
first day when you just arrive the military. They will ask you to open the bag and use the one machine to detect your cell phone. Yeah. So at that time, if you hand out
Mm-hmm.
your cell phone, then they will just lock in the door, not door, not in the box. Then
Mm-hmm.
only rest time they will give back to you. But
Mm-hmm.
if you pass the the detection, and then yeah, you are free. Yeah, but you need to take care because some people. Oh, another thing. Uh, because in the military, we need to go to bed at 10 p.m. Yeah, so every morning we need to wake up at 5 a.m. So it's very healthier than
Mm-hmm.
the day before I go back to military. And after 10 p.m., some people still use their cell phone on the bed. So there are some soldier will work to find out if there some people still use their cell phone. It's illegal because you need to hand out that. So they will take take away your cell phone. Yeah.
So,
So
is
they
there
will
any punishment
find it.
if they caught you using your cell phone?
Um. Actually, no. So, so, so there are still some people because you
Mm-hmm.
need to use the cell phone in some place. So they are trying to bring the cell phone out of the place. Yeah. So it depends on the soldier if they want to uh check
Mm-hmm.
every box if there's some cell phone missing. Yeah. So it
Okay.
depends on the soldier. Yeah. So cool. I think it's cool because I met a lot of friends. They are also
Mm-hmm.
went back to the some place 2 years ago. Yeah, just like I make some new friends 2 years ago, and this time we we engage in the
So, would
military
that be the
again.
same person that?
Yeah, we feel like, oh, wow, the government only asks the same person go back to training for training. And because Will, my colleague, we work together. He
Mm-hmm.
also be a cemetery a few years ago, but he never was is asked to go back to
Mm-hmm.
military. So I just
So,
feel confused about that. So I feel like I want to recommend him. Yeah. So in the
uh,
when they ask us to write down some advice for military, I just like, oh, I hope you can contact some people who never experienced the training camp to go back. to this training camp. Yeah, yeah, because I think it's enough for me for us to to go back to the military 2 times. Yeah, I think I need to give the chance to other people for training.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Then why do you wanted to
yeah.
volunteer, or why you wanted to recommend Will to be chosen?
No, just kidding. I didn't mention will. But I mentioned
So there's a
other
possibility that
people
there
who
are other
never, yeah,
male were not, after they undergo first training, then they are not picked on the second or.
I think still a lot. Because I heard 1 time or 2 time, even 3 time. 3 time, and zero. Yeah. So I didn't know how they pick. What's the standard they pick out the people? Yeah, I just didn't know that. So I just want to. I feel like every
Mhm.
male need to go back for
So
training.
it's
Yeah.
like it's just random that they will select the persons who will go back to the military. Maybe it's just that your name was always on the list.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, yeah. I think you got it. We both. I no, not both. All of us. My friend. Who just go back 2 times. We feel like
mhm.
uh, they didn't select again. They just keep the list. So maybe 2 years later, they use the same list again. Yeah. So we feel like you need to select the name randomly, or maybe you need to choose
Mhm.
the zero time to go back. But we feel like, whoa, me
So
again? Yeah.
you undergo the first training when you were 18, right? And then you were selected to go back
Hmm.
to the
Yeah.
military 2 years ago. And then
Yeah.
this year, so it's your
Yeah. Exactly.
third time. Well, technically, second
No.
time to go back. Yeah.
That's-
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, the 1 week training
So
camp
it's
is
like
the
in this
second time.
kind of,
Yeah. Yeah.
you were not lucky when it comes to lottery. But then on the other hand, like going
No.
back to the military, your name is always on the list.
I think, how to say, because in the military I didn't need to fix the issue, so I just use my cell phone to ask
Mhm.
my partner to, oh, did you fix the
Mhm.
issue? Oh, can you reproduce the issue for me? And then I can, after 1 week, I can go back to, and when I got back to work, I can fix it. Yeah. So kind of take a
So,
rest,
how many
one
hours
week
is your
rest.
training
Yeah.
every day?
I think like just like go to military school, 3 class in the morning, and then one, two, 3 class in the afternoon, and no class in the evening. So
So, in
there are three
total, how many
classes
hours
a
is that?
day.
Mhm.
I think maybe 6 hours. The some some class is watching movie,
Mhm.
they will teach us something, but only three, 15, 15 minutes, and then they
Mhm.
told us that, oh, we can use the movie
Mhm.
to help you learn the class.
Can
Yeah, and
you
then we
name
just
one
watch the
famous
movie.
movie that?
Yeah. So, oh, there's a famous one. 1 minute, I find the name. It's filmed
Oh,
by Norland
Tolkien.
Duncan.
I'm sorry. What's the
Dunkirk.
title?
1 minute. Dunkirk, a place in the French or French
Can
or
you type the word?
Germany. Dunkirk. Or maybe
Yeah, you could just type it on screen.
okay. I just type it. Dunk. Okay. Here. Here.
Okay.
Dunkirk. The director is very very famous. I would say Christopher Nolan.
Chris Nolan.
Christopher. I don't know how to, how to say that. Nolan.
Okay. Well,
Nolan. The director. Do you
yes.
know Inception? 2014, there's a movie called Inception. It's also directed by Nolan. And this one, Dunkirk, is filmed in
Yes,
2007.
exactly. Wow, this is just you know, recent movie.
Yeah,
Just. Mhm.
yeah. Just two
Yeah, I
years
think
ago.
I've seen this already. And most of the characters are actually famous actors, like Tom Hardy.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Okay, so you said how to pronounce Mr. Nolan's name? It's Christopher.
Yeah, his name,
Christopher.
his first name. Sorry again. Christopher. Christopher.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay, Christopher Nolan. Cool. And I think this movie is very, very interesting because it just mentioned the how to retreat from the war because they lose the war. I mean the UK, the British and the French army, they lose the war to the Germany in the World War One or two. I forgot. World War One. Two. World War One. 1940. So the movie is tell us the story about how the army, the military, retreated from French to British. So it's very interesting uh, story because I never heard about that. Because some military
Mhm.
movie they
Mhm.
just fight and shoot a lot of shooting, yeah, and how to conquer. other how to say you need to mm,
Conquer?
how to 1 minute let me no mm,
Mm-hmm.
oh okay uh other military movie they just mentioned that the army
Mm-hmm.
how the army occupied other territory but this one they tell you
Mm-hmm.
about when the army need to retreat it from some territory. So I think it's touched in the movie because only some people. It's impossible for everyone to retreat. Yeah. So it's touched when there are only some people. You need to try your best to uh, take on the how to say to boarding on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Try to
So the title
go
itself,
to
have you
British.
checked the
Yeah.
meaning? So what does Dunkirk means?
hmm
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that's the place, the location of the
Yeah,
place.
very
I
good.
mean,
So
they
it's
need
actually a
to
place.
retreat it
It's a
from
seaport,
Dunkirk.
to be specific. Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Because everyone need to
They need to board
board
on the
the
boat.
boarding on the
Okay.
boat, and yeah, board, yeah, at
I
Dunkirk.
like watching this kind of movie also. Yeah, it's very interesting. Well, one of my favorite movie is actually Pearl Harbor. Have you watched that? Pearl Harbor.
Sorry again. What's the name?
This is the war between um,
Because
the Americans and Japanese.
oh, that what's that or yeah.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite.
Oh, that's cool. Hmm. Okay. But, I think
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
almost forgot all the story about the movie because it's two thousand and one.
Uh,
Well,
um,
been a long time.
2001. Yeah, you're correct. But basically, this is actually a true story. So, hmm, it is.
Yeah,
What about
that you need to
Dunkirk? Is this
history.
a
Yeah.
true story also? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Okay. Alright, so there are just a few corrections that I wanted to, give feedback. Um, you often
Okay.
commit mistakes whenever you're trying to use this, just for after 8 year, you just said without this. Yeah, I often correct you this.
Years.
So next specific place. It's okay. You said
Yeah.
that there was a specific place for you to use your cell phone, right? Okay. So it's best if you could also use
Yeah.
um, designated. There is a designated place for you to,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
designated
hmm
place, or maybe
So
zone
that would be
designated
just an
zone.
additional
Okay.
vocabulary. And also here it said they will take away your cell phone if they saw you using it, right? So instead of, since cell
Yeah,
phones are
yeah,
not
right.
required on the camp, so it's best if you're gonna say they will confiscate your cell phone. So instead of take away your cell phone, you could use oh, they will confiscate your cell phone.
Confiscate.
So these are just additional.
Mm. Oh, okay. Confiscate.
Yeah,
Confiscate.
especially if
This one is useful. Confiscate.
there's a rule or policy that avoids you to, not to use or bring anything just like cell phone inside the camp. So they will confiscate it. And then here, 2 times. So
Hmm.
instead of using that, you could say, I was chosen
Once.
twice.
Okay.
Yeah, so still here, two
Twice.
times with an S.
Yeah, twice.
But it's best if we're gonna use twice or thrice.
Twice.
And
Twice. Okay.
so there, these are just a few of it. What else? So there, yeah, these are just a few. So next time, or next class, we will go ahead and continue discussing your book. Alright, so for now, do you have any question?
Okay.
So after,
I'm good. Okay.
having a break or going back to the military, do you have a hard time going back to work?
Okay. Because every day, last week, every day I need to wake up at 5 p.m. Yeah. So right now, every day I feel like
Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
feel tired. Right now, even right now, yeah. Because
Yeah.
right now it's 10 p.m. It's time to go to bed. So, and in the morning, I just feel like not. I just wake up by
Mhm.
myself at like 6 or 7 a.m. and I can. I never oversleep.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think that's okay. That's very healthier. Yeah, is more is great for me. So I
Mhm.
hope I can keep this lifestyle,
Okay.
keep the
Well,
habit.
that's good then.
Yeah,
So.
I hope. See, because 2 weeks
Mhm.
ago I almost got to bed
Mhm.
at 1 a.m. So I think
Mhm.
that's not good for my
Okay.
body, my
Alright,
health.
so let's call it tonight then, Maso. Alrighty. Alright. Okay, have a great
Yeah,
evening.
okay. A lot.
Thank you. Bye now.